Hey, Azra. How are you? How you doing? How you doing, Azra? What you been up to, bro? How you been doing? Not okay right now because already 4 days into school and you're sick already. I hope you feel better. 4 days in and you're sick already. Listen, you got to be as careful as you possibly can. Try to keep your distance from people as much as you can, which is hard to do because sometimes people just like to be around you. Um, Hi there, Vipin. Is it Vipin? Hi, Vipin. How are you? Hi, 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 hi. Welcome to the live. I appreciate you. Listen, you gotta try your best to take care of yourself. Try and keep your distance from people. It's so funny how people have like this personal space until, good morning, how are you? Nice thighs though, just say. Thank you, Mahi. I appreciate you. Welcome into the live, you guys. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you've had a great start to your day. It's Monday. It may be like really, really late Monday for a lot of you guys. It may almost be Tuesday. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. I appreciate you. We just walk and talk over here. We walk and talk for usually like an hour. Some days we do 30 minutes. I'm in the United States. You're from India? Nice to meet you, Vipin. I have a lot of people that come to my channel from India. Especially like a few years ago, there were a lot of people. So I'm glad to have you. Tell them to come back. Tell them to come back. Hey, you got little kids still outside playing. Is somebody acting bad? Is somebody cutting up? Let me see. Your legs are very beautiful. According to this, I think your whole body will be very beautiful. I want to see you once. Please come in front of me. Uh, See, they held you. They held your comment, Vipin. They held your comment. I want you to see my legs. I want you to see my legs. If I wanted you to see uh everything else, then I would. Then I would. This coat. So it's way past nighttime where I am. So it's just my freaking out scene. What time is it where you are? What time is it where you are? Oh, hi, old school Jim. Hello, hello, hello. Mahi, what time is it where you are? Tell us what time it is. What side of the world are you on? It's 2 a.m. Okay, okay, okay. So you're like 6 hours ahead of me. So it's 2 a.m. Tuesday morning with you, where you are. Okay. India. Did you tell me that already? I think that was Viping. Yeah, Viping told me. Both of you guys are from India. That's nice. Nice to meet you. Are you, is this your first time coming by here, coming to my channel? If so, if you don't mind, please hit the subscription button. YouTube has made it so that it is bigger. YouTube has made it bigger. You guys hear that airplane? You're high. You sound like you may be a little up there. So you're high, huh? So you're feeling good. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be careful with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be careful. Watch the thighs, watch the legs, watch the feet move. Watch them as they keep moving. You did. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming into the chat. And of course, thank you for subbing. I hope that you come back. We don't do a lot over here. I'm mostly a shorts channel. Check out the shorts table. We go live. Not every evening, because we gotta spend some time with family. And sometimes you're just running late. But most evenings, we go live most evenings. So I thank you. I appreciate you. And we just walk and talk, because there are a lot of benefits to walking and talking. But of course, you always want to consult your healthcare team, right? Before doing so. Not just your physical healthcare team, your mental healthcare team. Because some people got some mental issues, okay? Walking can be great for your physical and your mental, your emotional and your spiritual. My grumpy fingers don't let me scroll. So always check with them before you start, restart, stop, or take a break from any exercise plan, regimen, routine, or schedule. All right? And know that you need to do what's right for you and your body type, and your mentality. Trying to carbon copy others, it gets you nowhere. Okay? So have a plan, a workout routine. Use equipment that's good for you. Okay? That'll help you. You're gonna watch just because I said so. I would appreciate it. Your body will love you for it. Your body will love you for it. Trying to compete where you do not compare isn't good when it comes to your physical and mental well-being, or your finances, because you'll find yourself buying something new every week, especially competing with me. Because I got a gym. No, you can't. You know why you can't ask me? Because if you have to ask me if you can ask me something, that means it's either too personal or it may be a little risky. Which one is it, Mahi? Is it very personal or very risky? Let's go around and around. So Azrael, I guess Azrael left. I consider this not risky. I don't have an IG. What's your IG? What's your IG, Mahi? Am I saying your name correctly? Because I prefer to say your name correctly. I don't have an IG. I had one. I guess once you get it, is it like, is it always there? I think I deactivated it. Because you got stalkers on this World Wide Web. You got stalkers. You got stalkers that watch your every move. And them watching you isn't the problem. It's them becoming you, trying to become you. That's the problem. It's them trying to become you. That's the problem. Trying to do every little thing you do, not knowing that you have a world of new things and a world of various things that they can never keep up with. All while they look crazy as they're doing what they're doing. Sometimes doing it the wrong way. Oftentimes doing it the wrong way. I'm saying it right? Okay. Okay. So do you have an IG? People may want to, I don't know if it looks funny, but usually when someone calls you, not usually, but a lot of times when someone calls you, it'll mess your live up. It'll mess your live up. So I got a call during the live. So I think it has me looking funny. Hey, Georgia girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Georgia girl says hi, host in chat. You guys see my moderator, Miss Georgia girl, every woman wellness and more. Okay? If you don't mind, please be polite and say hello to her. She just spoke to everybody in the chat. So if you guys don't mind, please speak to her. Make each other feel welcome. Okay? Happy Monday, Georgia girl. Thank you so much. Happy Monday to you as well. I had one person come through the chat that started school. Because sometimes I get kids that come over here. So thank you, Mahi. Thank you so much for speaking to Georgia girl. I appreciate you. Sometimes I get kids that come over. So he started school and he says that he's sick already. 4 days in and he's already sick. I'm like, oh my gosh. I know his parents are like, hope that's the beginning. School has started. School has started. He's 4 days in and he's sick already. I don't know why it looks fuzzy. I'm sorry, y'all, but it just looks so fuzzy. See, that's why I hate when I get a phone call when I'm live. It just looks so fuzzy. Maybe that's a little bit better. I think that's a little bit better. George Girl says, hi, Mahi. Yes, Mahi, I appreciate you. I appreciate Vipin. I appreciate all the people that come from India, Asia, Africa. I haven't had you guys come in a long time. But sometimes you come in during my late live streams, and I appreciate you guys for coming in. I appreciate you. Yes. Oh my gosh, Georgia girl, every time. Every time. And it's like, what did I do? Okay. It's like I had to do that to get it halfway right. Like the flash is off now. But it was like this, but it was still kind of fuzzy. Now the flash is on and it's better. But it was doing it was doing fine either way. But after that phone call came in, it's like it'll either knock you off and load and take forever to come back. And after a few minutes, it's not going to come back. Or it's almost like you're live twice. Almost like you're live twice. So happy Monday to each and every one of you guys who have dropped down in the live and said hello. Happy Monday to anyone who catches the replay. I hope that you have started off your work week or your new week, whether you work or not. I hope it started off great for you. Wonderful, magical, magnificent, marvelous. Look at all those M's for Monday. Magical, magnificent, marvelous, motivational, money making. So I hope at least one or any combination of those M's applies to you in your new week, your new Monday. Okay. The weather changing, they said cold. Yes. Oh my God. Georgia girl, right before I went live, I was talking to my friend and she said that someone she knows, I think their husband has it. And she called it like C25. So I guess that's a new strand. And I'm like, oh my gosh, right when school starts back. But cause it never went anywhere anyway. The C word, it didn't go anywhere. But if they're saying C25, then that leads me to believe there's a new strand. And listen, y'all, I don't care what people say. If you feel like you need to keep your distance from people, keep your distance, because we all need to maintain a certain amount of personal space anyway. It seems like after the pandemic, people just wanted to invade your personal space. And I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes I was wondering what was going on with them. Because you know how some people were back then, where everybody needs to get it. So let me tell y'all something. Don't y'all care what anybody says about you wearing your mask or whatever you decide to do to protect yourself. Because listen, that's you protecting yourself and your family. They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to feed you. What they're going to do is talk about you, okay? They're going to talk about you. So however you feel like you need to protect yourself, go back to those old precautions that we had. Of course, universal precautions as far as washing your hands, sneezing in your sleeve, and things like that, that always applies. But go back to those old precautions and be as careful as you possibly can. Don't listen to people. They're out here, they got agents out here wearing masks, but those same agents wouldn't wear a mask during the pandemic. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? Look at Mahi saying, hey, just want to say one more important thing. What you want to say, Mahi? Listen at him. Mahi says, your thighs are lovely. Thank you, Mahi. Listen, y'all hear that lawnmower? It's still hot now. It's nice and breezy right now. Not really breezy, but it's like Georgia girl said, it's getting cooler. We're having days where, now that's strange for August, because when August first came in, we had a couple of days that were cool, and then it got back, it heated up again. But we did get a couple of days, and usually August doesn't have any cool days. Usually August doesn't have any cool days. You might get a couple of days where you get some rain and it may cool it off, but usually August doesn't have any cool days. So at the beginning of the month, we got a couple of cool days, and right now, surprisingly, there's a slight breeze. So listen, enjoy it. If you get it, enjoy it. Okay. Georgia girl laughing says normally be yes. I'm telling you, because to me, August is always the hottest month of the year. Now, like I always say, not every year. There are some years when July is the hottest, but there are years when August is the hottest. To me, usually August is the hottest. At this time, though, August has been hot, but it has given us some relief. Like now that the wind is blowing. So I don't know if it's because I had heard something about a tropical storm. So I don't know if that's why, because no matter what ocean it's in, if it's in the Atlantic, sometimes you can feel it all the way in Texas, that breeze, or all the way up to New York. If it's in the lower Atlantic or the Gulf region, if it's on the West Coast, Pacific Ocean, sometimes you can feel it all the way to Louisiana, Mississippi, maybe even Tennessee, Alabama. So I think I heard that there was a storm. I can't remember which ocean, but I think I did. So y'all let me know, have you guys heard anything about a storm brewing? A tropical storm, hurricane season? Yes, it definitely is hurricane season. When does it start, Georgia girl? Like July? So we are definitely in the middle of hurricane season. But if I'm not mistaken, have we had one yet to really do a lot of damage. I don't think this year. I don't think so. Nino says, yep, yes, hurricane season, y'all. So listen, especially if you live close to any other coastal areas, the Gulf Coast, the Atlantic, Pacific. If you live close, be careful. Stay prepared. Always stay prepared. Georgia girl, that's you do those preparedness videos. That'll be a good video. That'll be a good video, a good live. Hold on, y'all. They got music. I'm gonna get a list, and I'm gonna talk about the things that we need to make sure that we have. But Georgia girl does that a lot, like being prepared, awareness. That would be a good live. I usually just get some things now, do a live or two, going over what we need. But Georgia girl would have a big discussion about it. So you guys check her out for that. And for anything, because even if she doesn't talk about that, she talks about a lot. Okay? Please support the moderators. I appreciate you if you would support the moderators. I don't have Nightbot, but I do encourage you guys to support the moderators. If the content that they have is not something that you like, you can still support by just saying, especially positive content, support positive content. Just say hello, because if you don't go often, they're going to remove the subscription anyway. But at least say hello. Yes, Nino. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yes, you're bouncing back. All right, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. You never know. With plantar fasciitis, you never know. A patient never knows how long. Some people, it just depends on their background, their history. If they have any other feet issues or leg issues, because believe it or not, exercising that calf muscle, stretching, a good nice stretch in the calves, that really, really can give you some relief with plantar fasciitis. It really can. Doing those circles, those ankle circles, stretching those calves really can help get you some relief with plantar fasciitis. Of course, putting in certain shoe inserts, making sure that the inserts that you use are appropriate for your feet, because we all have different feet, right? Some people have flat feet. Some people have high arches. Some people have feet that are kind of just right, So make sure that when you're wrapping correctly, you're wrapping in the right area, not wrapping too tight, but wrapping snugly enough to provide the support that you need. Okay. Am I? I'm not a Detroit Lions fan. I'm a Leo. That's your team. Look at Mahi said we had so much talk. We got so much to talk about, Mahi. That's a good thing. You're a Detroit Lions fan. Listen, I have noticed though, I like football, so I noticed that the Detroit Lions have picked their game up. I know this last season was a good season for them. I do know that. Detroit Lions, they picking, they getting there. What you think? How you think they're gonna do this year? Let me make sure I'm saying your name right. Nino. Okay, Nino Johnson. Okay. Yep, it helps. Yes, it helps. It helps that a good excuse me, Georgia. Excuse me, y'all. A good stretch, Georgia girl, and those ankles, because that calf, what's right below that calf, that Achilles. That Achilles attaches to that plantar area. So just a nice, don't overdo it, but a nice, good, just a mild stretches back. Some mild. They're really helpful. Just some mild ones. Yes, we have about this our year. Super Bowl or bust. All right now. You know who's trying to go back to back, right? You know those Eagles trying to go back to back. Okay. That's good. Are they gonna do an X-ray or MRI or something? Or is he just gonna check on you, kind of see how you're feeling? since you're doing a lot better, he may just want to just check in and see how you're doing, how you're feeling, and just tell you, to continue to do what you're doing, especially since it's improving. So thank you guys for those thumbs. I appreciate you. You guys know I don't fuss about that, right? I appreciate them. I greatly appreciate them. Who doesn't like a thumbs up, right? I do. But I don't fuss. I ask for them about 2 or 3 times during the live because I don't want to run people off. Because guess what? A thumbs up is not the only form of support. When somebody is in this chat talking with you or just communicating, with the chat, that's support. If they spend a few seconds, a few minutes, a portion of the live or the entire live, that's support, right? If you subscribe, that's support. So there's more than one way to support. You can give a thumbs up and not even subscribe. That's still support. You can communicate in the chat. Don't give a thumbs up and don't subscribe. You still have supported. You helped. You gave a view, right? So I appreciate whatever you guys decide to do, okay? If you have not subscribed, I would like for you to subscribe. We don't do much over here. This is about what we do. We come on most evenings, right? And we just kick it. We just have conversation. Whatever you guys want to talk about, as long as it's appropriate, all right? I get a lot of kids that come through here because there was gaming on my channel at one time years ago, right? So there are a lot of kids that come through. So we try to keep it, easy breezy. Sometimes we get into some adult conversation, but even when we do, we don't go overboard, right? We don't go overboard. So we're really just trying to drop nuggets. We drop nuggets over here in Lions Pride, right? We drop nuggets. Hopefully you can get those nuggets, take those nuggets, use those nuggets, and apply them to your life in a positive way. You or a family member, a friend, a co-worker, a student, a co-student of yours, a student that you're teaching, a teacher that you have, whoever. We drop nuggets over here. And we get those nuggets and we try to turn them into rubies and diamonds and pearls or whatever. Wait a minute, do pearls? Pearls are just pearls. So I think the sapphires, the rubies and diamonds or whatever, they come from nuggets, right? It's one way or the other. So we drop nuggets over here. Sometimes I drop a few nuggets, but a lot of times you guys in the chat, you drop nuggets. So if you hear anything over here or you see anything over here that I do or anyone else does, know that you do so at your own risk. If you want to do those things, we encourage you to do the things that work for you, but to do it within the realm of your abilities, okay? Don't do anything that you may not be experienced enough to do. We don't do a lot, right? Go check out my shorts table. I do light exercises on my shorts, and I come on here and do lives, okay? And that's all you want to do. Have good, positive interaction. If you're not about positivity, we don't like the messy, okay? And if you come over here and you want to take over, that ain't happening. Because we all got channels, right? So when you come over here, you hear something, you have a little disagreement with someone, let's learn to be adults. And learn that at some point when you disagree, that you don't even have to say it. You automatically agree to disagree, right? Just keep moving. Keep moving. And when I say keep moving, I mean physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Because it's all about the what? The heart, mind, body, and soul. Okay? The heart, the mind, the body, and soul. Nino says, I like this channel. She seems like a cool person. Oh, I appreciate you, Nino. I appreciate you. Nino, I try to be. Sometimes people get mad. I'm going to tell you why, Nino. Because I strive for positivity. But at the same time, I'm human, right? So a lot of times, it ain't always sweet over here when people come over here and they cut up. See, what I have learned through these apps is that if you're really nice to people, or you try to be nice as you can be to strangers, sometimes strangers have issues at home and they come to the apps to take them out on you. Or it may be the content creator, they may try and take it out on other people in the chat. And that's why I always tell the people in my chat, if there is someone in this chat who you do not get along with, you don't have to address them. Don't throw a subliminal, because people love to talk about subliminals and they often throw subliminals, right? So but if you don't throw one, they probably won't throw one back, right? And if they do throw one, It's kind of like my parents used to tell us back in the day. They would say if they hit you one time, let it go, unless they really, really brute. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna let a certain type of hit go. But kids will be kids. Like they're trying to test you. They may push you on the shoulder, or what they used to do way, 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 way back in the day. Put the stick up there and knock it off. you know, you better not cross the line. They may test you a little bit. You cross the line, they may brush up against you. But then you got some, they just gonna come poop, poop, poop. And you ain't gonna ignore that poop, poop, poop. Okay? So what I tell people to do is if you ever come over here, you are welcome over here as long as you're not causing problems or being messy to me or anyone in my chat. My mods have the right to kick you out, okay? And you're welcome over here. But if you do that, then you're not welcome. And then sometimes you can have a little spat or disagreement with somebody, but if you're adult enough to clear it up, we're all for clearing things up. So sometimes though, when you come off as saying you're a positive person, people want to test you and test your limits, right? They test your limits. And then they find out that you are positive. Well, to them, you're no longer positive. Like if you don't go for the mess and you let them know where you stand and that it ain't that sweet, then you become a problem and they don't like you they don't like you anymore. They don't come. So, it is what it is. They're grown. If anybody ever leaves your chat, and I'm talking to any content creator, you're grown. They're grown. You didn't start your channel to benefit them, right? You started your channel to benefit yourself, whether it was to just come on here for fun or to make money. We talked about this the other day. Some people on here, the most important thing in their life, first thing they say when they want to argue is about a person's view or a subscriber. And 9 times out of 10, the person don't give a damn about that. They don't give a damn about that. Not the person that you're talking to, but you have just showed them what matters to you. So now you've shown them what matters to you, and they know you better than you know them, right? Right? So we just like to keep it positive, and we like to keep it cordial, okay? And if you like that, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate having you. I see a frog, y'all. This one, I was trying to see which way you went. I can't see him, but it was a frog out there. Let me see. Let me catch the comments because y'all know it's dark now, so I got to keep my head on the swivel. I got to keep my head on the swivel. Let's see. Nino says, I have on my shorts, I have on Skechers because I'm inside. But when I'm outside, Hoka's. To me, Hoka is the best shoe in the world for someone who walks. It's the best shoe in the world for someone who has issues with their feet. Now, that being said, again, it's person dependent. Some people, Hoka's may not be the great shoe, the best shoe. Some people, New Balance. Like New Balance is my all-time favorite. But here lately, Hoka has kind of knocked New Balance to number 2. Because with Hoka's, I usually walk. You should change your shoes every 300 to 500 miles or every 3 to 6 months, depending on how much you walk. These shoes are barely 6 months old. They got a hole in them. These are I straight use for walking, right? And so I definitely get my 20,000 steps in. That's why I don't really, if I don't bring my watch, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I definitely get the 20. Most people, the big thing was 10. But I think now they've kind of dropped that a little bit to like about 5 or so. Because some people just don't do anything consistently, right? So, I get in. It's definitely going to be like 10. Unless it's just a day when I'm off and I'm just chilling. If it's a day when I'm off and I'm just chilling, then I might not. But usually 10 to 20. So 5 miles, 10 miles easy. So, for those who, again, that you want to walk or just for comfort, just for like when you go to the mall or whenever you go on vacation to have good walking shoes, I suggest Hoka's. I suggest New Balance. I should suggest Nike. the Nike Air Max. I suggest the trainers, the cross trainers. Um, Skechers has started to make good shoes for walking. I don't think the quality lasts as long, but they're making good shoes when it comes to walking. Um, so I have on Skechers when I'm usually inside. I might put my Hokas on, but a lot of times I have Skechers on. And outside, Hokas. Clouds. Clouds are great shoes. Some people say that they Hokas just aren't the shoe for them, but they find that Clouds or Brooks are good. And vice versa. Some people say that about Brooks. Some people say that about Cloud. It's just not the shoe for them. Hoka is great. Cloud is great. Hoka is great. Brooks is great. It just depends. So just make sure that you know if you have a flat feet, if you have flat feet, know if you have high arches. Just kind of know your feet. Okay, I'm slowing down a little bit because I'm going to get off in a few minutes. But I'm going to come back and try to catch some of the comments that I didn't get. Thank you, Georgia girl. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nino. Thank you, Mahi, Vipin, Azrael came through here. You were first. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. Yes, we have this our year. Let's see. I saw that Georgia girl goes to the doctor. Hope you have a great doctor's visit, Georgia girl. Okay, to see how you're doing. If the Eagles can't fly, that lion going to eat them for lunch. I didn't see that. That's funny. Nino says, I like and subscribe. Thank you, Nino. I appreciate you. Georgia girl says, I'm lost when it comes to football. My hubby, Dallas Cowboys fan. Right, I remember. And you know, Frank, oh my gosh, Frank is going to keep you updated. So if you miss anything, you can go over there and check it out at Frank's channel. Okay, I saw the one about the shoes. Nino says the Cowboys. That's Georgia girl laughing. Let's see. Them Cowboys fan, everywhere I swear, every year, they say it's our time. Yeah, they do. They do. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for the Cowboys. It's gonna happen. Georgia girl says yes, they do. So I like this channel. Exactly, line respect others. Right, Georgia girl, you gotta respect others. And a lot of times, and then sometimes, we're all human now. Sometimes you can misinterpret something that somebody says. I mean, I don't put myself above that. I have gone back before and said, hold on, let me just go back to the chat and see what they were saying. And I missed something. And they were, explaining more about what they were telling me, and I mistook it. So, you gotta correct yourself. You have to correct yourself when you're wrong. Know your flaws, And one of my flaws, as I say all the time, is my patience are short. My patience are short. So with that being said, you would think, well, if your patience short, you ain't trying to go back and correct nothing. Yeah, I do, because I know that my patience are short. And I know when people are short on patience, they tend to kind of, get snappy kind of quick, right? So just know your flaws, work on your flaws just like you work on anything else. Just like you work on your health, your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual, your emotional health. Work on your flaws as well. Nino says, sing and keep moving. How long do you walk? A few miles. Priestess, you better tell them. I got a pair of Shacks. Okay, look, listen, if those Shacks feel good, Nino, ain't nothing wrong with them. As long as they feel good to your feet. Georgia girl says, still here listening. Thank you, Georgia girl. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nino. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. It's been right at 40 minutes, and it's dark now. So my family's looking down the street. My family is looking down the street. Because, y'all, sometimes at night it's hard to tell. You may see a cat, and it may not be a cat. It may be a raccoon. It may be an opossum. But, listen, hopefully, if you ain't bothering them, hopefully they ain't bothering you. All right. So you just keep moving. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Keep moving. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to wind down. Don't let bothered people bother you. I say that, and I often let bothered people bother me. I ain't gonna even lie to you, because I told y'all we're human, right? So just find yourself trying to be a little bit better than you were yesterday, the day before that, the month before, the year before. My patience are short, so yes, it's easy to bother me, okay? But I try to work on me, right? I try to work on me. Not many people are gonna tell you their flaws. But when you find people who can tell you their flaws, honestly, that's good to know. That's good to know. And I often tell people my patience are short. My patience are very short. They're better now, but they're still not where I want them to be. I would like to be even more patient than I am now. Okay? Okay? It's like I be ready to go. If I ask you a question, I want to hear the answer. Like, if you say something crazy, I'm like, okay, keep it moving. Like, my patience are short. But I'm not the only one like that. A lot of people are like that. Some people may say it's the Leo in me. But my nephew is a Taurus. He's like that. I think it's just a matter of your genes, or sometimes it's just you. Sometimes you're like your mom. Sometimes you're like your dad. Sometimes you're like both. Sometimes you're like neither. And sometimes it's just you. You know? Right, Georgia girl, we're all human. We're all human. And, instead of being mad when you come on here, try your best. Now, if somebody's just nitpicking, it does make you mad. I ain't gonna lie, because like I said, we're human. And, sometimes you have to address it, but address it and then move on. Because if they gonna do what they're gonna do, they're gonna do it anyway. So what I have learned to do is sometimes I just laugh and be petty about it. Or sometimes if it really ticks me off, I will address it. But I try not to address it every single time. Like I might address it generally speaking about how people act and how people will do you. But I try not to address specific situations unless I just really have to. Because if you address specific situations every time, you're just getting your blood pressure up, getting your heart rate up, getting your vital signs up, right? So you want your blood pressure as normal as possible. You want your heart rate as normal as possible. You want your respirations, meaning your breaths, as normal as possible. You want your O2 saturation as normal as possible. When you mad and you heated, you breathing fast, you got too much carbon dioxide and not enough oxygen. You don't want to hyperventilate, and you don't want to get that mad over a phone. It's an app, right? But some people just don't, they don't rule at home, so they come to the app to try to rule. So just breathe, deep breaths in and out, deep breaths in and out. We're going to talk about those R words before we get off here, right? We like to relax, release, right? Release, relate to the things that you can, resolve the things that you can, the things that you can't relate to or you can't resolve, leave them to God because he's got it anyway, all right? Remember who you are. Remember who you used to be. Remember who you are. Remember who you want to be. And if you're right where you want to be, then good. Keep focusing on that. Replenish your heart, mind, body, and soul, just like you replenish a cup. Some people see the cup as half empty. Some see it as half full. But either way, there's space in it, right? So replenish, repour, refill. Okay? Replenish, repour, refill, restore. Okay? All right? Thank you, Nino. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I usually I have water in my bag, but I try to get in. I don't want to get in too much before I walk because I don't want to cramp. But I get in like maybe about a cup and a half, sometimes two, depending on how early I just set out to drink it. And then when I'm done, I get like chocolate milk and some water after. So, because I don't like really drinking while I'm walking, but I will. I do have my water just in case I get thirsty. So just remember, relax, release, relate to what you can, resolve what you can, restore, replenish, refill, rejuvenate, reevaluate some things, reevaluate some people that you're around, reevaluate some situations that you're in, okay? Restore, reconstruct, respect. Make sure that you respect yourself. Make sure that others respect you. And if they don't respect you, listen, people say they command respect. You really can't command respect from somebody. In a way that you can, in a way you can't. You can command it, but if they don't give it, let them go. Let them go. All right? And remember that four-letter word, SELF, self. Self. It's a great prefix, right? It's okay to be selfish sometimes. All right? You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your family. So sometimes you got to really, really take care of self. Be selfish. As long as it's in a good way, right? Self-love. Self-motivation. I always say, that's a saying of mine over here, motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. Don't look for others to motivate you. If they do, that's great, that's fine, that's groovy. But look to motivate yourself. Because if you keep looking to others to motivate you, you find yourself trying to be a carbon copy of those people. Don't do that. So I don't even motivate people anymore. I like to say encourage. I encourage people to do the things that they're already doing to improve their lives. Okay? I encourage you to continue to do the things that God motivates you to do, the things that you motivate you to do, the things that your family and loved ones motivate you to do, because they know you best, right? Yes, the devil is a lie, okay? So you guys be good. And y'all know what time it is. I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because without peace, there's what? Chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity hold hands, lock arm in arm, dance together, roam together, play together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I'm not going to say you won't prosper because that's not my call. But if you allow that to bother you, to get to you like that, you'll fail to prosper to your fullest potential. If you're so consumed in trying to keep up with somebody, you're so consumed in trying to keep up and be like somebody, but you're failing to prosper to your fullest potential, right? So thank you guys for being here. And if it's the Lord's will, I will see you guys tomorrow evening on the next Let's Walk and Talk. Okay? In Lions Pride Original. I might go live tonight just to work on those hours and just be silent, a silent live for a couple of hours. But if not, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Thank you again for coming, Mahi, Vipin, and of course, my moderator, Georgia Girl. Okay? Every Woman Wellness and more. You guys go check her out. Bye, y'all.